preliminary things. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you don't mind going ahead, subscribing to the YouTube channel right now. And while you're there, go ahead and click on notifications so you can be notified each and every time a new episode is uploaded to the site, as well as click on that like. Go ahead and like this podcast right now so that others just like you can watch this podcast. Now, if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, if you don't mind following me on both of those platforms, I can be found at the Dope Ass Dude podcast on both Instagram and TikTok. And then if you are on the go and you're not able to watch it on Mondays, you can always catch it on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And then lastly, you can always watch it live right now, 7 p.m. every Monday on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. And we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. You can follow Krystal on Instagram at KBrown818, and you can follow Dicaprio on Facebook at Dicaprio, the Credit Prince Leaderhouse. So you can follow that guy there, and you can follow Krystal on Instagram. And again, I'm really excited about tonight's show because, again, as you know, this season is all based on sitcoms that we grew up on, sitcoms that we love, sitcoms that have taught us over the years. And we're going to be tackling a lot of different topics this season. But tonight's episode is based on the show Living Single. And you guys remember that? I think it was 3 females that lived together, and they had a friend, Maxine, that lived, and then the 2 guys, and it brought so much insight on living single at that time. That was, I think it was in the 90s when that show was out. But things are different now. We have technology, and it's just so different in the dating world. So tonight we're going to get both sides of that, living single in 2024. So I asked 2 of the most amazing people. And before we get started, I definitely want to give a shout out to Centel George. He was supposed to be on the podcast tonight, but he's in Houston, and right now they're going through the hurricane and he's without power. So shout out to you, Centel, and my prayers are going to you, my brother. But tonight we have Krystal Brown. I've known Krystal over 10 years, I think. I've known her for a while, and I've seen her evolve into the amazing woman that she is today. And I recently met Dicaprio within the past, I think, like 2 or 3 years. And I've been following this guy. And when I tell you, this guy posts some of the most outlandish stuff on his page every day. I mean, it's not a day that you don't see something on his page. But I mean, it'd be truth. It'd be truth. So we're going to go ahead and bring both of them on now.
Hey. What's going on?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
Wonderful. How you doing?
Awesome.
Dicaprio, you still laughing because I said you put some of the most outlandish.
Man. Yeah, you setting me up for this, man. I don't know about this one, bro. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the post and delete. So you got to catch me when I'm in my groove. Yeah, you might not. Yeah, you're gonna have to screenshot it, then we'll talk about it later. It ain't gonna be up here long, man.
I'm telling you, and the good thing I love about your page, Dicaprio, is that you invite people to either challenge or agree with you. You open up discussion for it, and that takes a lot of courage because, like I said, you say some things that are like, I'd be like, dang, did he just really say that? But you put it out there.
So I really. So my thing is that I just want to understand women. Like there's nothing, there's no malice, there's no ill intent. Okay. But if the shoe fit, put the other one on and buy. You know what I mean? If it's you, it's you. So I mean that's why I'm so open to the dialogue. I'm if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but very rarely am I wrong. So
not rarely.
Rarely. Yeah, I very rarely am I wrong, but I do like the dialogue, and I just want to understand. There's nothing there's, like I said, there's no ill intent, there's no malice. I'm not trying to shame anybody or any gender, or I should say females. I'm not trying to shame you guys at all, but I seek to understand, and I just want it to make sense. That's what it stems from. That's the foundation.
I love that. So how did you what triggered you to start doing that?
Okay. Hey, so wait a minute. Let me take a second, man. Shout out to the people out there in Houston and Florida. We kind of seen that coming in, man. So big shout out, y'all in our prayers for sure. I got family and friends that's in Florida. I know they've been kind of talking. It was kind of like coming before the 4th of July, so finally it's here and everything. So huge shout out and prayers go out to them, man. Hopefully, everybody's protected and everything. And so how I came about, again, man, just trying to understand women. Like I love women. They're beautiful. I love all of you guys, every last one. You know what I'm saying? I love you all, and I appreciate you for being who you are and what you do, and I love it. And nobody can do you like y'all do you. I just don't understand some of the stuff y'all do, and I just seek to understand. So I pose the question mostly. It comes off like it's coming from me, and a lot of times it's not. I'm just trying to create a dialogue for people that can't speak. Like there's certain husbands out there that can't say nothing, certain boyfriends and fathers. It's been something you've been dealing with, and you can't pose the question no more because you've been in it too long. And you know what I mean? Is you too far in. You've been grandfathered into this relationship, and you didn't ask a question 15 years ago. So now you can't ask. It's too late. You know what I mean? You got who you got, And so I just pose the questions and try to understand, where they're coming from. And like I say, I love females. I love women. So I want to understand what y'all mean and how y'all feel. Empathy.
Yeah. And that's apparent on your page. I mean, like I said, you say some pretty bold stuff, but the thing that I love about your post is that it's never degrading. It's never degrading. You're never putting women down. You're just asking a question. And, sometimes women respond back. I guess if you, say in church, stepped on their toe when you passing by, they'll respond, but you never degrade.
Man. I'm like, I said, man, she really just deleted me over Diddy and Cassie. I don't even know these people. I'm just asking a question, and now we ain't friends no more. I hate when they say stuff and then delete me. Like, let me come back. Let me, what I'm saying? Maybe your post makes you shine the light on. Maybe Jesus is talking through you. You know what I mean? But you will never know. You will never know.
Go to your page. I need to see.
I've been all right now because I've changed shifts. So I've been kind of giving everybody a break because I'm too tired to even answer the questions once I post. I'm in bed by the time y'all figure out what's going on. But I'm just asking a question, man, because relationships is hard. First of all, being you, authentically you today in 2024 without the outside chatter, that is tough. That is extremely tough because everything has to have a meaning, and I don't feel like everything has a meaning. Sometimes you see something, you're like, wow, that's weird, and it means nothing. It doesn't translate into your life. It doesn't make you be a better woman, man, a citizen. It's just something that you happen to see, and you're just like, But I think people think everything means something. Oh, what is that saying? What is this saying to me? I read this, so now I'm going to go home and drill my husband with it. And it's like our relationship has nothing to do with this article in this magazine. You know what I mean? So the pressure's up.
It's pressure, but a lot of people are also following too many opinions, thinking that it's truth. That's really the issue. There's too many people out here with opinions, and they make it as fact. And I think some people then go question, oh, snap, like, I didn't think people thought like this. Let me go back to my spouse or my boyfriend or see what he thinks. And it hasn't, like you said, nothing to do with the actual foundation of that particular relationship. So I think that's really the issue.
And some things may trigger an emotion in people, you know, and you relate to it, but even if you relate to it, doesn't mean that it's fact. You have to get to the core on a lot of stuff that you see on social media. If it really impacts you some kind of way, you have to ask yourself, like, why am I feeling so strongly about this before you go lashing out on other people?
Yeah.
Because people change, You know, your environment changes you.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can be real like stern and strict and not cold hearted, but really just like, as a matter of fact, this is who I am, deal with it. And then sometimes you meet those people that without trying can just unravel that onion, and you just like, wow, where was this person at my whole life? And the stuff she just said is like, now I see it differently. You know, so you can't just take somebody from face value. You know, that little balloon relationship thing
have you been watching that?
I've been watching them,
and they're popping the balloon, and it's just like, geez.
I think it's so ridiculous.
It
man.
is.
I think it's so ridiculous. It is, because, you know, and it's on the flip side, it's men. And so right now it's men, so now it's funny and it's cute. But wait till a woman walk in and a guy pops, everybody pops their balloon, and they say, oh man, I don't like the skirt she got on, or I don't like, do you know the feminists that would tear that show apart? Yeah. Like, I can't take 2 steps.
So what is the balloon? What I have,
okay, you know, okay, so what happens is, yeah, I'm gonna have to send it to you so you can get it. I wish you could. I try. So it's basically like a row of women is set up like the Bachelor or Bachelorette. The guy, and it's like probably 8 women, and they all got a balloon. And so when a guy comes in that they want to date, it's 8 guys, 1 woman, they pop the balloon if they don't like them. Right. And I'm telling you, and I'm talking about not even 3 seconds into the video, like 7 balloons just go off. Yep. And I'm talking about from the way this man's shoes look, the color of his socks versus his jeans. Oh, he don't have a crease. Oh, he looks arrogant. Oh, just right out the gate. And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all literally sized this man up in 3 seconds. What kind of pressure?
And so me watching it as a woman is frustrating, because I'll see these guys walk in. I'm like, oh, he's a very handsome young man. He hadn't even spoke yet. And they're just like, what are they doing? And I'll literally turn it off like, okay, women, you're making us look like idiots now. One guy, good job, man.
I love her. She said it. I didn't. She said y'all look like idiots. I didn't. Thank you.
Well, no, but it's the truth. And it's not me picking sides. It's just me as a healed woman can watch that and realize those women are young, they're immature, and they don't know who they are. Therefore, they don't know what they want. So when a man that has all these great qualities, they don't even know what that is, because they're used to less than. So when a guy comes in talking about, I own this, and they're like, whatever, I don't like your shoes, it's because they don't understand. They're not mature enough to get that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that show, it's irritating. I can't watch it. 5 balloons in, I'm done.
yeah. I'm just like, bro, I think that you're not, because it's a dialogue. Like for me, I love relationships. And I don't mean just people I'm dating or sneaky links, not like that. I mean, just relationships. Like I love, there's nothing to me more attractive than a successful goal-oriented woman. Mm-hmm. You know, like that is incredibly sexy. I love having those women around me. It has nothing to do with trying to sleep with them, or I just want to be in your prey. You have greatness, and I love what you're doing because you're authentically you. And I love that, but it takes time to understand those certain things about people. I can't tell that in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't. I think it's way too much pressure to be under. To me, it's way too much pressure. And like I said, once you start getting these women and you get this row of men, and she come in, they start talking about her lace front or her cheekbones. I'm telling you,
it'll be a different thing.
It's gonna be nuts then.
Yeah. So Krystal, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so
let's go, Krystal.
Come on, Dicaprio. Look, I know you already. You didn't realize
already. Already, okay.
No, but I am from Baltimore.
Just popped the balloon.
Hey,
right.
See, and I did it. I did it yet. My balloon is still there. I haven't
popped the balloon.
It's right there. Not exactly. No, but I'm from the great Baltimore, Maryland. Again, I born and raised, but again, lived in Dallas for 15 years. Left all my exes in Texas, and then moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where I currently reside with some family. But I've been single for quite some time since leaving Texas. But again, I work for a phenomenal company. I work in the beauty industry. I am able to lead a team, and again, I'm career driven. But a lot of what I do now is I'm in a space of serving. That's where I'm at.
Amen.
I'm all about serving, whether it's serving my family, serving in the church, serving at my job, what I do, and just in general, when I meet someone, is how can I help? How can I make your day better? It could be as simple as me sending an encouraging text, whatever it is. That's just, I've learned to step into my gift of encouragement. And that's just who I am. And so whether I'm on the job, you can feel that from all the way over here. Come on, Dicaprio.
I still got my balloon. I still got my balloon. So
okay, keep your balloon. Mine hasn't even, I haven't even moved it because you've been
okay. Yeah, enough. I've been over here airing mine up. Why is you talking?
Fill it up now. See, but no, and I've been thankful enough to. John knows a lot of my journey. I've grown quite a bit from the things that I've gone through. And instead of me letting it be a part of only who I am, I've only let it be the stepping stones to the woman I'm becoming. I'm still evolving, haven't arrived. I'm still evolving, but I'm okay with that. So that's who I am. A little bit about who I am.
That's
cool. Yeah. So let me ask you this here. So you said you're in a moment of service. You're in a place of service. So let me ask you. So when you do, if you ever get, well, not if, when you get back into a relationship, how are you going to find that balance that you don't stop that service part of you? Because normally we have to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
We tend to slack once we find a relationship. Some things tend to slow down in our lives.
Ooh, he over there.
Yeah. So how are you going to find that balance?
But you know what's funny? That's exactly why I'm in the space that I'm in, because I'm trying to learn that. As I'm watching my younger sister who's about to get married, I'm watching her balance. I'm like, man, it's a lot just preparing for that, And then I watch my older sister who's been married. Actually, tomorrow is her 19th anniversary of her wedding, and so I watch her and how she's having to balance not only marriage, but also kids. So when it comes to me, and I'm like, all right, I'm right in the middle of this circumstance in my life right now. So I'd have to really take it one step at a time. But here's what I know I don't want to do. I won't neglect the person I'm in a relationship with, because I know that in past times, maybe I did struggle with balance, where I'm social. So I like my friends. I want to bring them along. Come out, be with my friends. I'm learning, okay, I don't always have to do that. There are ways to make sure he feels special, because I, in turn, want to be special too, But I also know, hey, I do need to have an individual life. So it's all right. I hope he understands that I need to have that space and respect that as well. Well, I will respect it too. If you want to go watch the game, but I'm not really interested in the Steelers, you go watch, because I'm a Ravens fan. I'm going to sit back. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Give him some space. But at the same time, I want to learn how to balance family, friendships. I'm going to have to literally take it one step at a time, because I'm a people person. So and you know that, John, I'm a big energy person on people. So when I'm in a relationship, I know that I'm going to have to one step at a time, one day at a time, but I'm okay with taking my time with that this time around.
Okay. And I think that shows growth. Well, I don't think it does show growth when you do get to that place where you do realize that, hey, I do need to balance that. Because like I said, normally when we get in a relationship, we cut off our interactions with our friends. We stop going around our family as much. We stop doing everything that we love to do as me, because now we are and we're doing what we like to do. And that may not always be like what me want to do. So you have to find that balance. I think that's super important.
And I believe compromise is huge. And it's not compromise who you are, but compromise what, maybe you don't like, watching the football game, but man, give it a chance. Go see him excited about that. And it may in turn become a thing y'all do together. And if I like concerts, then you're going to come with me. You know what I mean? So it's just things that you got to be willing to do a little bit of give and take. And I think now that I'm a little more mature, I'm willing to do that more often.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so guys, so one of the things that I shared with you guys a little bit before the show is that there was one time I met a young lady, and she told me that single is anything until you say I do. She don't care if the guy has a boyfriend. She don't care anything like that. If he hasn't said I do, she will still date him, still approach him, still do whatever with that dude. So my question to you guys is, what is single? Like, what is your definition of single? And Krystal, we'll start with you.
Of course we will. I had a feeling.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
It's a gentleman thing, right? You're a gentleman. I know that.
I'll see what the comments are saying.
I know. I can't wait to see. But
y'all put y'all comments too. What is single? What do you guys think is single in the comments?
I actually agree with that young lady. I believe you are single until married. Yeah, all the way through, because I believe marriage is a covenant. It is a promise. At that point, once you are married, that is a locked in situation, not in a locked in bad way. It's a great thing. Marriage is amazing. So once you've gotten there, I feel like, yeah, you don't move out of that. But when you're dating or you have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend, I feel like, at any moment that can change. And unless you know you're dating with intention to be married to that person, you are single.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold off on my question on that.
Okay.
Dicaprio, what is your opinion of that? What is your definition of single?
If you haven't met moms, then it ain't real. I'm just
there. You go.
Like that. If you ain't met moms, then this is just whatever. No, I don't know, man. That is a loaded question, because I am the type of person that I believe that life will force you to change, and it's not always good. It's not always, you're not always the same person. Like day by day, you change, man. Everything changes so rapidly, and so single to me is loaded, because I'm the type of person, I don't want to force you to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be very, very respectable of your time and your vibe. I want to be, and trust me, I don't care what we've said, how much I love you, how many of my kids you've met. If you love me Monday and you wake up Tuesday and you're ready to go, baby, I'm about to help you pack your bags. I'm going to help you pack your bags. I'm not going to try to sell you on how great I am. I'm not going to try to convince you on what you have. If you don't see it, I love you, and I'm helping you leave. So single to me is so different, because I believe people, they grow.
Yeah.
And sometimes, hey, today I want a husband, and hey, today I want a kid, and hey, today I want to move to Florida, and then tomorrow you're like, New York seems better, and I really don't want any kid. Like, it's changing. So single to me is just when I meet a person that I enjoy, even if we haven't committed or said we commit, in my mind, I like this person, and this is who I'm with for the time being. And until she's tired of me, then I'd say the relationship is over. But I like the vibe. I like being around somebody. I always had this saying, and I tell people, I work this all the time. I like women that like me. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. I like women that's number one. That's the first rule of thumb, baby. I need you to be able to stand me, because I promise you I'm a headache. So if you can stand me, that's number one. We can start getting along from there, just the beginning. If you can put up with me, then I think we're good, and we can continue to go into the other realms. And if we're talking and there's another guy that you want to entertain, and it has happened, believe it or not, it has happened where I wasn't her choice, and I licked my wounds and I kept it flowing. And we're still friendship level, I believe. I don't know. I imagine this. If I see her, I'm cool. I still like her pictures and inbox her jokes and stuff.
Okay, so you still in the DM?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying DM far. Yeah, because ultimately it was a relationship that a person that I appreciated.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't sexually.
It was a respect level.
It was just a respect level, and just because you don't want to go to that next level, I'm not the type of man that will be butt sore about it. So, like I say, it's just a loaded question, man. I want somebody that wants to be around me. It doesn't have to be marriage, but hey, you want to see me on purpose. That's number one. Let's do that. So long if she want to see me on purpose, I'm good with that. Let's start there.
And the ball is in her court. If you continue to reach out to her after she's made her decision to be with him, if she don't want to talk to you, she needs to tell you, hey, dude, I'm focused over here.
Right.
Yeah, we're not going to do this here. Just out of respect. Because like you said, everybody has different opinions of what single is. And I definitely want to ask you guys this here, but we're going to look and see what everyone said here. So John said there are a lot of people like that. So I'm thinking he's saying what I said, the young ladies. Levette said, wow. The Twitter folks need to hear this.
The Twitter folks go on to it.
So Tia said the Twitter folks need to hear this. Okay.
Hey, Tia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing.
She's good people. She's good people.
Teasy said, well, technically on paper, you're single until you're married. Okay. And
yeah, but okay, even that though, because you know, it's women that's like, hey, we married, but do you think I didn't have the not ultimatum, but I didn't have the hey, if you come home 3 nights a week, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what goes back, Krystal, what I was saying. This is us. This ain't something I can read out of a magazine. This is me. This is you and I coming to something that's big in a relationship. We're taking the next step. That's why I said I'm not going to force nobody that don't want to be here. That's why I'm real big on both of us being financially well off aside from each other. Because I don't want you to stay with me because you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money. You ain't got no money to leave. So now you got to look at my face.
It goes vice versa though. I'm the person where I stopped having. I said, look, I'm not going to convince anyone of the greatness that I am. I already know who I am and who has created me. So therefore, if you can't see it, like you just said, if you can't see it, that's on them.
Yeah, I can't.
But I don't like wasting people's time either.
But I think that our communication is so important in these type of situations. When you're dating someone, and I get we're not married and we don't have a ring on our finger, we haven't said I do, but you have to have a communication. Every time you believe you're ready to change levels, you need to communicate that with them to ensure they're on the same page with you. Like, hey, when you stop dating other people, you might need to say, hey, I think I'm ready to only exclusively date you.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah, and if they say at that point, no, I'm not there, then that's when you walk away from it, because this whole single until I do, that's going to get your ass killed, because you get people like emotionally entangled in you, and then you out here loosely goosing with everybody and not taking that person's feelings into consideration.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I believe right now in this day and age that we're in the day and age of options. You can pick up your phone and swipe right, left as many times as you want. It's especially for men too. It's so in women. It's so many people at you in the DMs, and they're everywhere, right? But here's the deal. What I find, like you just said, if you have very good communication skills, if anything's changing, if one heart is getting a little more attached than the other, I think it's so important to say something. Now, again, in my last situation, I'm thankful I did checkpoints. I did. It was different. This is the most different thing I've ever done with anybody ever. But I would hear him saying one thing, like, yeah, we're going to do this. But the actions were never adding up. So I would finally be like, oh, let's go out for dinner. Let's have a check. You know, so I'm like, so how do you think we're really doing? And he'd give me, oh, I think we're great. And I'm like, well, I'm not there. I don't think we're doing that great. I don't, and so we really had to have that dialogue. So by the time it came to the end, I felt confident to walk away because I knew I did my part. I was honest. I was genuine throughout this entire experience. Another learned lesson. I said, but you go on with your life. I'm not for you. And I know I deserve better. But again, that took maturity. That took time to get there. Right. I mean, back in the day, I would have held on just to hold on. Like, I got somebody. Not anymore. I don't like you said. Go ahead, Dicaprio.
Okay. I don't want to cut you off, but let me ask you, how do you guys feel? Let's just say we're dating, or we're not dating. We're together.
We talking or we dating?
I don't know. I don't understand the difference. Like I say, if she wants to be around me, this is my person for the night at least. Okay. You know what I'm saying? For the weekend, I guess.
Not the night.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
man, you are free to go whenever it's time to go. That's all I'm saying. So
I got you.
So let's just say that you get with a guy, he loves you, he's in love with you, but he's not ready to do the adult part of the relationship, if you know what I mean.
Wait,
like if
so wait, are
like
we not already adults while we're dating? Because I
well,
don't want to date a child.
I mean the blending of it. When I say adult, I mean like the
You're talking about
stuff
commitment?
that not so much commitment, but let's just say when we start talking about, I don't know if it's buying a house, or if it's blending. What are we doing with the 401ks? How are we investing our assets? What are we looking at? What is mom's getting older, she's gonna probably have to come stay with us type stuff, like all of that stuff that means something. Once you because what's crazy when you just dating is kind of just about y'all two, but once you start blending lives, then you start having the kids and the grandmother and the pastor and the first lady and all of that stuff. So I guess my question is, hey, I'm in love with you, I love you,
okay,
but that next step for me is not something that I want to do. How do you feel about that?
So then my question to you would be, why? If you've already chosen to be with me this long, and we're already talking about insurance policies and 401ks.
No, I said we're not yet. That's the part.
See, I heard it backwards. I'm like, this is confusing. Like we've talked about.
That's what I'm saying. So the adulting part. No, we're not. That's the adulting part I was talking about.
Okay, so you're just in love right now. And in love, when you say in love, is it that you feel like you love me, or are you choosing to love? Because love is an action. Let's start there. If you're just feeling like you love me because you like the way I look and I smell great, all that, that's not love. Love is I am choosing to be with you. So when you're in that kind of love, that means the adulting part comes next. It's just, it kind of flows to that. But if you're saying, oh, I'm in love with you, what do you mean by that? Because someone that's in love with me, that means they're choosing me at that moment, and they want to go forward and build. But if you're saying I'm in love, but you don't want to go forward, then you're not in love. You just like me. And that's
maybe
okay.
it's all timing with Dicaprio.
And it is timing.
Maybe he's reached.
I was about to say that. I don't know
it's
if
all
I wouldn't
timing.
say it's love.
It could be timing.
It could be timing.
How long? Let's do a scenario. How long would you say you've been dating? Let's go there. Let me see how long.
Well, let's not get lost in the scenarios. Let's not get lost.
I was just saying.
Now, we're not getting lost in those scenarios.
No, so
we'll be stuck on here.
I can no. The only point that I was making is because you have First of all, it's a huge responsibility to blend two lives together. It is, and I don't care who you are. I think me and you was talking about it, and J Lo was talking about what she said. A man ain't worth nothing until he gets like 35 or something like that.
42 was the age she gave. I read that article.
Did she say was that old? Okay, I'll give her. I'll give her through the 20s. I'll give her through the 20s. Maybe we ain't ready yet, but 42, that's a lot. So, anyways, I mean, I don't know.
She said it doesn't mean it was true.
Don't mean it was true,
but she's on a different level too. Yes. So she's on a different financially popularity. Yeah. So her mindset looks at what she needs to match her or fulfill her. She's looking at it on a different level than most women would look at. But we're going. Men, I agree with you. Men are together before 42.
So I guess that because I understand what it takes to lead a family, to raise kids, the dynamic of your lady, changing. Like I said, because of mom or dad passing away, a loss of a job, just different hormones, the body, all of that stuff. Like. You gotta be into it mentally, like you said. I mean, I understand the love part, and I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. But the mental game to me is like the focus game. It's like the golf part of the relationship, like because a lot of the times in a relationship, I ain't gonna say that yet. Y'all ain't ready for that. So, but a lot of times being in a relationship, man, and you're trying to manage. Really the person that you're with and you together as the leader. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so obviously there are certain things that other people are good at.
But at that point, you're no longer single. I mean, you're single you're single on paper, but mentally you're no longer single. Yeah, on paper you're single, but mentally you're no longer single. When you get to the place where you're start managing someone else's life and their lifestyle, you're in a relationship.
Absolutely.
You're in a relationship. And I think, I think, I think a lot of people get so caught up on the whole being married thing. And if a man is taking care of you and you reach a place in your life where this guy is just saying, hey, I don't want to be married. I don't want to be married. He's still saying, hey, I want everything that life offers, other than we don't have to walk down to that altar and, like, say I do. It's not going to make the sex better. It's not going to make our relationship better. It's not going to make our financial situation better. So what is your big deal about it? I just don't get that. Marriage should never ever be an end goal for anybody, because it's not going to make you happy.
No, well, and here's where I feel like this is the debate I typically get in oftentimes with younger males that are just struggling with the idea of marriage, right? Who are still trying to figure out their purpose. My point to them, whenever I'm kind of, speaking about this, having an intellectual conversation with other men, my thing is, before you enter into a relationship, you mentioned it earlier, Dicaprio, your mind has to be ready, because it is another job. It is like taking another responsibility, because now you're dealing with another individual. No relationship should ever be, I want to be in a relationship because I want to be happy. First of all, if you're not happy all on your own, there's a problem. So that's why I feel like a lot of the work has to start within. You have to know who you are as a woman, a man, before you decide, I want to be in an intentional relationship with someone, because you are going to take someone else's heart and they're going to expect you to hold it. But if you're fumbling and you don't know who you are, you don't know what you want to do, my God, I don't want you to hold my heart. Forget it. Let me have it back. So it's like, you got to be mature enough. I always say relationships are for grown-ups. They're for people that already know who they are, and not perfect. I'm not saying they got to be perfect, but they have a good sense of self so that they know where they want to go. So it's finding a partner that makes sense. And then if marriage is something that's on the table for both of them, then great. But if one wants it and one doesn't, I don't think they should stay together, because that's a hard deal. That's a hard deal to consider.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
And I don't understand how people,
I can't do that.
I sit down with you for the first time. Like, I've only known you 3 minutes, and you trying to figure out, oh, what's you getting married? What's the 2-year goal? Have you been married before? How many kids you got?
That's not the first date. The first date is fun.
I don't think it's only men. Krystal, you may mention that younger men need to be ready. We live in a time now, and I'm a feminist, equal rights, everybody for the women. I'm down for y'all tonight. So
love you, John.
Women need to get their shit together too.
Oh no,
women need to get their shit together, because men is always blamed. They for not everything. Ready. We live in a time, just like we say men have options. Women have options too.
Absolutely.
And they are monopolizing on their options.
They are
more than men are now.
This is true.
And the roles have changed. If a man don't come to the table with this, and none of it has anything to do with what type of man he is, whether he's a good provider, none of it have anything. They will disqualify him. Yeah. So a lot of women got to change their mindset.
Well, and I think
not to cut you off, but I'm gonna throw this out there. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I've ever heard of in my life. And women do it all the time. Krystal, you can speak on it. But I don't understand how I think Shani was talking about it. Shani and Shaquille O'Neal. And she was talking about how, but she was talking about how she don't know if she ever loved him. And she's not the first woman that I've ever. Funny. How do you get that? But what's crazy though is if Shaq had said that about her.
Yep.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? If Shaq had said, I don't know if I ever loved her.
So
you know what I'm saying? That is so crazy to me.
Dicaprio, to answer your question, you ready for this? You know how they got there? Neither of them understood why they were together in the first place. Right. She saw money, maybe. I'm sorry, Shani, you don't know me, I don't know you. But in my mind, Shaq was a huge dude. He was a big guy then, you know? You don't know what they got married for. The understanding of marriage has been skewed. And I not to get preachy, but we all, well, for those of us who are believers, we know what marriage is. It's a covenant. It has nothing to do with if you're happy or not. This is building the kingdom. If you really want to go there, but not everybody's ready for that conversation. I'm gonna keep
not tonight. We ain't. That's next week on Greenleaf. No, we're not going to church.
But I'm not
going
to go there. But I agree with John.
Take it to church, girl.
Hold on. I will. We offline. And see, that's why my balloon's still here because I know we can go there. I know we can. So, John, I agree with you, and this is why I get embarrassed upon my behalf of women. I don't like the narrative that some of these women have painted, because now this narrative of, if you don't have 6 figures, if you not, that is ridiculous. There are a lot of us who don't believe that, but because they're louder and they have platforms and they've been on these little shows and that's what the real comes out, you see these things going viral. That's what men are believing. But the rest of us who believe in looking at a man's heart first, we're here, but y'all not looking at us because we're not Instagram baddies. We didn't get a BBL. We're not on here talking loud, getting your attention. We are going on about our lives and we're living our single lives. We're being respectable women. We're getting out here. We're not trying to get the job to outdo you. We're just taking care of ourselves, because at this point, y'all aren't even looking most of our way. The ones that are kind of just average, or I don't even want to say average, but doing things a normal way. A lot of these women out here talking about their narrative or whatever they've created, it is damaging the way we look as a whole, as women. And it's sad. And a lot of them are just young. Most of those girls talking like that, they don't know who they are. They just don't.
No, they ain't young.
Well, no. And then the ones that are older, the ones that are older are
not young. No. A lot of these women with these platforms nowadays are late 30s to 55, 60 years old.
But you know what? Those are women that unfortunately dealt with some horrible situations, and they're not healed from it. So now they're going out looking for what they think they need. They haven't healed. I'm talking about the women that have done the work. There are more of us than you know, but you're all not looking our way. That is the issue. You're distracted. I say, get focused. You'll find us if you're looking, if you're intentional.
You can, as a man, and I can say that if you're not disciplined, you won't find a Krystal. You just won't.
No. And I am a unique unicorn.
But if you're not disciplined, you will look right past that. I can attest.
It's true.
Because I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer. I'm gonna throw this out there. Them loose women in the community, they winning. I'm just gonna put it like that.
They make a whole career, baby.
They loose and they winning. And you know what?
And then
look, John, they ready tonight. Tonight.
And they win it. They win.
I hate to say it. I say all the time that
winning, but at the end of the day, they're
whatever you want to call it.
Relationship has no substance.
But Krystal, we can debate that all day long.
I am agreeing with you, and then I like your point. You said whatever you call winning, but I guess it depends on the type of life you live and the type of life that you have. You know what I mean?
And it's the type of life that you want.
And the type of life that you want. And I'm 42, I think. Yeah. I'd be lying so much. Yeah, I'm 42. So and so I've been married, I have my 5 kids, and I love my babies and everything. And I just can't see. I get it. The mature woman that's out there that would probably help me, be a better man and help me with the kids. I would rather just take care of my kids by myself, and then I could just go find these loose women that I can leave in the community when I'm done. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Right? I appreciate the honesty. That's good.
But this is what Krystal got to understand. It's a lot that comes with the healed woman. They require a lot.
Our standards are way different.
The loose women, they just require your pocket.
Therefore, that is why majority of the women that I have circled myself around, who have actually, some of them have gotten married now, but it was because they were not willing to just settle, right? So there was a man that was literally looking for just that. So I believe when like you said earlier, timing is everything. When a man has set himself up to receive a healed woman, because you got to be able to receive that. If you're not ready for a healed woman, baby, you yourself ain't healed. So That's just that. So my thing is, I'm all about here. If we can't have a good conversation, a healthy conversation, then you're not for me already. I already know. If you think I want your pockets, I already know you're not it. Like you missed it, bro. I want to see who you are. Who are you?
So because
go
ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this though, because
go on, ask away.
Okay, man, dude.
And answer shortly because I got something to ask you.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead.
No. You go first.
You go ahead.
No,
this is gonna take a while.
This is gonna take a while.
No. This is gonna take a while.
Go ahead. We want to hear it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you flow. This is your show.
No. Go ahead. Go for
it.
No, trust me. I want you to get this out.
Okay, so my thing is that even like you said, you meet the healthy woman that has been healed, and
doesn't mean she's perfect.
No, no. She's definitely doesn't mean she's perfect. But
okay, look, I'm holding my balloon. I say this.
Listen, right. I'm just throwing it out there. Look, John, I speak for the everyman. You know me, bro. These ain't my thoughts, but I got homies, and I'm just saying. Sometimes that loose woman just gets you somewhere that the prayer just ain't getting you right now. I know you a good woman,
so
but
you're going based off of feeling. You're not talking about
right. Okay, so I'm saying, trust me, I want a woman that's praying for me 24/7 on doing her thing.
Do you though? Because it sounds like the loose woman's more fun for temporary.
I'm just saying
go ahead.
The loose women, they just.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let's counteract. Come on, Leo. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
You must be a Leo. I don't know when you born.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, no. We're not going there. So let's go. Let me roll it on. We roll it because I'm about to cut both of y'all off here.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's go for it.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, let's go for it.
My question to you then.
Okay.
Why is it that you want temporary feeling when you can have something that outlasts that? Beyond the feeling, you want someone that is going to protect you as well. I don't think people ever talk about that. Think about the rib, right? When they say, "Oh, she's my rib," what does the rib protect? Your heart. Why wouldn't you want something like that? And a loose woman wouldn't even know what to do.
Because first of all, a healed woman wants to talk. That's what a healed woman wants to do. She wants to communicate.
And didn't you say earlier that you enjoy
Krystal, hold on. You asked a question. I'm trying to answer it. Okay, so a healed woman seeks to understand.
Yeah.
If she doesn't understand you like she should, then she goes to God and she'll try to circumvent and try to get it from him. Try to understand what it is that my man is dealing with. And sometimes your man is in slices of life. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with this at his job that maybe bother him. And then he's dealing with the fatherhood part that's bothering him, maybe the protection part that's bothering him. And, when you a good parent, you think, oh, I did 100 things right, but that one thing wrong is affecting my baby now. So now there's a certain amount of guilt that you carry, with all of that. And a lot of times silence is for me is my best. That's my sanctuary. Silence.
Understood.
Something is bothering me, but I'm not ready to talk about it. But my healed woman at home is seeking to try to fix this. Now, this loose woman down the street, all I need is a bottle of tequila and a blunt, and we gonna fix each other. I ain't gotta talk to her. She ain't gotta even know my real name. She just need to know your day is Tuesday, baby. So at Tuesday at 6:00, be ready.
Once again, though, but even after you go for your $20 dance or whatever you give, you spent maybe $100, right?
Right.
Where you could have just gone home, got some sleep. You don't have to talk to the healed woman. The healed woman's so good that she already knows what's bothering you. She don't even got to say nothing, right? A real good healed woman is not going to force it out of you. She's going to give you a space if she knows you. If y'all have had the communication and she knows, oh man, babe had a hard day, I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to make sure his dinner's good and I'm going to let him be. Let him go watch the game. What does the loose woman have to do with any of that? You're still going to have to come back to the same situation after the loose woman shook all over you.
But after I've been with that loose one that I haven't communicated with.
You release.
I'm in my thoughts right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we ain't making love tonight. Like, so you can't, this is what I need right now. You can't cover what's about to happen with me and old Lucy Goosey over here. You
if that's what you want. That's what you want.
You too healed to better.
And healed is not the
I'm playing,
the
Krystal.
end all.
I know what you mean. I get you.
Healed is not the end all. Just because a woman is healed doesn't mean she's the best woman for that man.
Not at all.
She's just a healed woman. She's worked through her ish in the past. So
John,
don't mean she's going to be able to supply or satisfy every need that he has.
Not at all. That's not what a healed woman even is. I'm just saying it's nice to have a support system. But no, I don't expect that woman to be your all in all. You too have to find peace in other things. That not only does she go pray, you should be going praying too. Don't count yourself out. God hears you too. He already knows.
Okay,
I get that's not I get what you're saying. What you're saying is true. What you're saying is true. I just feel like in my opinion, this is just my opinion. My opinion again, John. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't feel like you should be vulnerable with your woman. I just don't. Go find a shrink, bro. Go find your shrink. Tell the shrink everything. And then once you release that, then you can come home and spoon feed it to my woman, because I've done that. I have went balls to the wall and literally been naked spiritually, emotionally to a woman. And not even 3 days later, we're arguing, and she's bringing up something I've told her. Being vulnerable. And I'm not saying she did that to be.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'm not saying she did it, but she seeks to repair. You know what I'm saying? She seeks to try to come to some type of understanding of what you're doing. So now she brings it up. But I'm really embarrassed when you hear about my skeletons. You know,
shame is what you're
saying. The shame of it. I'm letting you know, because you tricked me into thinking that you care, but you probably low key just being nosy. That's just me. I feel
that's sad.
I feel like a lot of women just are nosy. They don't because they don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it.
It's no different than how you say you like to seek to understand women because you don't really get it. Again, we're not always meant to get each other.
But I think when you find the one, when you find your one, your person, you will know that person you can be naked in the front of.
I agree.
You will know that person. And I think I know you've been burned on that, but again, when you get the person, they will be the one that you feel you can be naked. But we've got to shift topics here.
That's my shrink.
Dicaprio. So let's go from healed women to black women. Hey, because you post a lot of stuff out on your page about black women. Like, what's your problem with black women?
He said, "Wrap your chocolate legs around me." Who is that?
That's Eric Benet. It's a great song. Shout out to my sister.
Okay,
Eric Benet.
You know what? When I speak and I make posts, and people just assume, I don't know if it's because of the way I look, the way I say it. I don't know what it is, but I tend to irritate black women the most. I don't know. I don't get it. I love them all the same. I really do. Especially I've been in Texas. Like all of my kids' mothers are black. Since I've been in Texas, black women don't like me. I could probably maybe two, maybe.
Where are you from originally again?
California.
Oh.
But I've had black women like inbox me and just go off on something I did, on something I said. And I'm like, I never said anything about black women, period. Like I'm making my posts and I'm making it to what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I said that I believe wholeheartedly about black women is that if they want to be taken serious, they shouldn't have sex until they get married. Or at least you are in a fight, like that's your fiance. And I only say that because of my opinion of it's not our culture, but it gets thrown on us, which I think the hip hop culture gets thrown on black people. And therefore our women tend to be more disrespected because of that culture that, and it's our fault. It's mostly the men. Definitely, it's our fault that our Black women get disrespected on that level. And so that is the only thing I've ever said. In my opinion, I feel like if you're a Black woman, you should not be having sex or being, unless that dude put a ring on your finger. And that's me saying it, knowing that I ain't never putting a ring on nobody's finger ever again. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way I feel about it. And that's the only thing I ever said. But I say certain things and it gets portrayed like I'm talking about Black women. I'm like, white women wear lace fronts too. Like, it looks bad on all of y'all. Every last one of y'all that got a lace front looks bad. And I don't care what nobody say, John. It's just my opinion. Just throwing this out there. The lace front to me is, if it is, maybe it's just me. But the lace front movement.
I love how we got here. On the lace front.
Because in my opinion, it has pushed that male. I feel like it's a gay male agenda behind the lace front, because all of them look like men with long hair. I'm sorry, I've never seen a woman with a lace front that looks still like a woman. I'm sorry, I don't care. Nobody say I've never seen it unless you Beyonce. Your lace front busted. You heard it here. I'm telling you right now. Just go ahead and get you a fade or wear you some dreads, baby. My daughters know.
Hate mail.
Listen, I don't care. I got 4 daughters. My daughters know. They can call me for any hairstyle they want. I done did the zillions braids. I done did the sister locks. Them joints like 3, 4, 5, 600. I done did them all. When you call with the lace front, I'm hanging up on you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, find you a new father. How about that? Because I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like the lace front, they look like men. Tu Wong Fu, you Wesley Snipes.
Oh man, not Patrick Swayze, Lord.
Man, Patrick too. Patrick, Wesley, John Lakewood,
John Leguizamo. Come on, man.
Him too. All of y'all, they look busted. I'm sorry, I can't take you serious. I can't.
Tonight, people are gonna go home and Google what is this movie. It's so old, but I get
it is old. I'm dating myself, but I just feel like even when I go to the drag show, and I go to drag, I ain't gonna lie, I have fun.
Okay, I'm learning a lot about you today.
Listen, because I've never met a stranger. I love everybody. I've never met a stranger. I come off as people think I'm arrogant, I'm uppity, but I'm really not. I've never met a stranger.
I would have never thought you were uppity or arrogant. I just knew I had a feeling from the West Coast. You're very chill. Yeah. You don't remind me of a Texan, so.
So yeah, I know, right? But I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like the lace fronts. They really just hurt me. They really hurt me. I hate the lace. I'll be glad. I hope we leave them.
Very upset. Out of everything, the lace front bothers me the most.
I hate it. It bothers me. I can't stand it. And that little stitch in the middle, I don't know what are you doing, honey?
I work for a cosmetology school. I'm telling you, there are ways that it doesn't have to be that way.
I haven't seen Beyonce is the only person, and Rihanna. I've seen 2 good lace fronts in the last 20 years of hip hop. 2 good lace fronts.
So let's go to the chat. So how many of you ladies in the chat wear lace front wigs?
Oh man, a couple of them was cute. Let me see who got the lace front.
Oh Lord. Hey, go on, Tia. I know you like
Tia. Okay, yeah, Tia cute too. So yeah, good.
Also from
got it. No lace front, just loose.
If you're not from Maryland,
no lace front, just loose women.
I can't. You got to be loose, because when I go to pull your hair, if it come off, I'm gonna be scared. I'm heading to the door. I don't care where I'm heading to the door. I'm not pulling that off your head like that.
Okay, so where the lace fronts at? We know y'all out there.
They may not really be on here. A lot of natural sisters follow the show. I'm natural, so there it is.
They say, what is this podcast about? Sounds pastor that's preaching and the topic is not mentioned. We just talking about everything. You want to? I mean, if you want to chime in, what is it? Mark Q. Hinton. You want to throw something out there you want to talk about?
Ebony says she's natural. Okay. So let me ask you guys here. So, and I know Dicaprio, you've been married before, so you've experienced marriage. Will you marry again?
My short answer, like I said, is no. I wouldn't. But I would not, if I met a young lady and, you know, she liked me, of course, that's the first thing. She got to like me, you know, and it was something that she wanted to do. And then I would do it, and I would love it, and I would embrace it, and I would make sure she had the best experience she ever had getting married. But if you're asking me, what do I want to get married? No, it would have to be her idea, and I would embrace it like it was mine. But no, I would.
Mm,
I don't see myself doing it again. No.
Okay, Krystal, do you want to
okay.
be married?
I desire marriage. I do. I've seen so many marriages, and maybe that's what it is. I've grown up around it. So I see the benefits more so than I see the cons. And I am so sad that
What are
right
some
now
of the
we're in a world
benefits?
where,
In your viewpoint, what are some of the benefits?
not only do you have a partner for life, you have someone to do things with without having to be out with a group of people that you don't feel like being with. Also, you just,
All of
I mean,
these things that you're
sometimes,
naming are hypotheticals.
well,
I mean,
no, I mean,
they're gambles.
I look at my parents, they're a good 40 years in or more. I think they're 42 maybe now. And I've watched them be able to just watch us, right? The deposits of having kids, watching them grow up, then they have kids. It's just the extension. That's, to me, that's kind of the point. I don't think marriage is about having this happy butterfly, oh, I'm in love, we're gonna have sex every day. That is not marriage. It is a team effort to create another world for some kids to have. If kids happen, if they don't, oh, great. But having a life partner, well, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to go travel the world with someone, to go experience something different? Now, I've always told John this, and he knows this. I am content, though, if marriage does not find me. Thankfully, I'm in a single period in my life where I'm content with that, and I'll be all right. Because again, I've grown to the point where I can still travel. I've gone to many places all on my own, and I've had a ball. But it does help when you have that partner with you who can have that inside joke, or just, it's beautiful. I think there's ways to build off of that. You can really build wealth, generational, break generational curses with a marriage. It's so many things you can do. I would rather focus on the good than the bad. I'm sorry. I feel like sometimes the bad ones come from maybe it was just not the right person for you, and you didn't know. You didn't know till you were unfortunately in it. And I'm sorry that's happened. But I
Yeah,
don't think it's a means to give up. I think there's
yeah.
a possibility for everybody.
And I agree with you. There's a possibility for everybody, and I think everybody has their own viewpoints. And I think that
Yeah,
people shouldn't allow other people to pressure them into being married,
I agree.
because some of everything that you named off. Because I don't want to be married, I
Right.
saw none of those as benefits. I saw
Interesting.
none of those as things that I can't get in a relationship.
Again,
I'm just being real.
well, that's you.
I didn't hear
That's you.
anything. I didn't
Oh
hear
man.
anything that I cannot get not being married.
Okay.
And like have a lifetime partner. That person could die tomorrow. Then what?
Yeah.
Having somebody to go on a vacation with. You could have someone to go on a vacation with, and they ruin it
You could be happening.
because they're in the bed. So
But even if
it's
you're
like
by yourself,
marriage.
all that can still happen. Whether you're
It's all
with someone or
about
not.
it's all about what you
What do you want?
believe, yeah,
Right.
what you want and what you are willing. But everything can come to an end. Everything can
Absolutely.
come in. We just pray for the best, and
Yeah.
if it works out that way, then it works.
And everything will come to an
John,
end.
you're funny. I'm
Even
sorry.
our own life comes to an end. It just depends on what you desire. You ask me what I want, that's what I want.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
Centel. So I
Oh,
did ask him that question because Centel has been married before, and so he did share with me today too. He said he doesn't see the advantage of remarrying again anyway, because now he doesn't see the advantage of it because it's a risk mentally and financially. Because when you divorce, you split your assets and all that, so all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, he didn't see that. So that was a question I asked him.
Don't even get me started, man. So,
Yeah.
but look, so I don't know if this Kiki Black. Did you see that? What
Let's
have
see
you
here.
done? Are you
I see
doing to
Lori.
prepare yourself to be a wife? You said you see
Ooh,
Lori.
exactly, Kiki. That's where I
I
am
don't
right
know.
now.
I don't know if
Is
that's
she asking
for.
me that?
Yeah, I think
I don't
Yeah.
know.
preparing
So,
yourself to be a wife.
Kiki,
Yeah.
I love that you asked that question, because
Mhm.
that's why I'm in a single, like, serving place right now. That's the point. I'm not out here looking for the husband. I'm out here preparing myself to be chosen to be a wife. And a wife is not someone that is just always in the kitchen and cooking. That's not what that is. I want to be someone's helpmate, someone's support. So therefore, I'm getting my finances together where it needs to be. I'm doing the things to mentally be prepared to handle, to support a man. Doesn't mean I'm going to be fixing all his problems, but I want to be healthy in a healthy state to help somebody. And that's the point. So that's what I'm doing to prepare. I got to be all right with who I am so I can come as a whole person. I'm not here to complete him. And that's what I'm doing to prepare. And so
again, let me ask you this here question, Krystal. This is not for you.
Over there, man.
Okay, so Kiki, go follow him on
he's looking real hard
Facebook. And here's a disclaimer. The Dope Ass Dude podcast is not responsible or liable for what happens with his guest.
Oh, she gonna need that. Hey, she gonna need an insurance policy.
So let me ask you this here, Krystal. Can a woman really prepare to be a wife?
Yes, she can.
What I mean by that is you don't know what your husband is going to need.
We don't need to know that part. All we need to know.
But yeah, you kind of do need to know what he wants.
Okay.
Or what he's going to need.
I know we don't want to get spiritual on here, but that's where I'm at with it. When you know, again, when you've been found, it's because you were fashioned for him. So what it is you got to let God work on you. And that's where I'm at. So no, I don't know what he's going to look like. And I can't do that. I have to know that he loves God more than me. That's my standards for what I'm looking for at this point. And if he's not on that,
but we're not. When I asked that question, it wasn't you. I wasn't asking you. I was saying, that's why I said, how can a woman prepare to be a wife?
She needs to know how to take care of her basic needs. Do you have a passion? Get going on that, right? Do you serve others well? Do you have, again, are you really working on the inner you? Are you working on the outer you? All of that matters, right? In order to get chosen, you got to be all right mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And I think that's what some women miss out. I think they miss out because they didn't take time to get all that. They may have worked on the physical. Okay, I'm in the gym every day, but has no substance up here, have no intelligence, can't hold a conversation. All they think about is sex. No, a man does not just want sex. Men also want to have substance in a relationship. I don't know about you, Dicaprio, because I know you like the loose ones.
Wow.
But for the most part, most men want a partner, right?
See how that works? You see how that works?
Most men.
She did exactly why you don't get naked.
But I'm not dating
you.
But we're not together, so it shouldn't hurt.
But you proved it. You proved what he was saying.
He
said he got naked and shared himself, but then you threw it back in his face.
I did, but I'm not with him. I wouldn't do that.
It's all right, Krystal. I love you, Krystal.
I'm just trying to make a point. But
you made it. You made it. You definitely
there's nothing wrong with a woman taking care of herself. Be approachable. Be kind. Have a spirit of gentleness, because a lot of these men talk about she needs to be my peace. Well, if she's not in peace, she ain't gonna get you. You got to have peace with yourself. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Let the exes go. Stop going back to situationships. Clean yourself of all that. And if you do desire marriage, I feel like that man who sees you for who you are, not for all the skeletons you have, well, then choose. And that's what I believe you got to do. So ladies, if you're looking for that, hit me up, follow me.
Well, ladies, I love what she's doing, man. I got a question. Can I ask Krystal a question? This is
absolutely. We're gonna wrap up after that.
Yeah, this is on topic but off topic. So I see one of my homegirls in the comments, Worldwide Media. I ain't gonna say her name, but I've talked to her a lot. Okay. And I do know that she had a great marriage. Like, it was great. Yeah. And her husband passed away. You know what I mean? And so,
I'm so sorry.
So how, in her mind, I think if I know her well enough and talking to her, she felt like that was her person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there isn't, like, I don't have the energy now to try to do that again. And so I'm asking that, I'm kind of asking Krystal, making a statement, because that's the way I feel about my marriage. When John asked me, would I get married again? The person I was in my marriage, I don't know if I can find him again. You know what I mean? Because I was completely selfless. Like, I wanted to make, if you get to a point where you lose yourself to just make somebody happy. And I just don't know. I'm not saying it was wrong to do it. That's not what I'm saying. But I just don't know mentally if I will ever get to that point where I put somebody before me. And I know it sounds, but it's real.
It's
because
real.
I know how to deal with me.
Yeah.
I know what I need when I need it and what type of stuff I need. And so, for you to be able to be that to me as well, and me be that to you, it's gonna be a challenge. Like, this is every day. There's no days off.
Every day. I know.
Marriage is no days off.
This is what it is.
Job. And so that's more so of the part of it that I just don't see. It's not the commitment. I can commit. I can be with one woman. That's not it. I can, speak life, and we can build, and I can, I can manage and all that. That's never the problem. But to get with somebody that's this way Monday, and then now you're this way Friday, and you're like, you know what, this is who I am, deal with it. That's what I don't like. People always say, oh, beauty, because I like a woman that's attractive. I'm sorry. That's first.
I know you do.
Say. She got to be
not a lace front. I know now.
No lace front. No lace front. But she got to be attractive first. And people always tell me, all of my female friends always say the same thing. Well, beauty can fade.
It does.
Well, beauty, the mind can fade too. If the mind ain't anchored, you could start off sane and end up a nut.
All of it can fade.
You know what I'm saying? It can all fade.
It's all of that's going to fade. The question is, will you choose me? That's what that's all about. Whether I've lost both legs, are you still going to love me? Right? I have a friend that did lose her husband. They were only married for 3 years, and that was her person. 10 years later, someone else came in the picture, and now they have a child. It happens, but it just depends on where you are mentally. I don't want to say everyone has to be married. I don't believe that. I believe if you have a desire for it, then that's something different. But I'll say this:
everybody can't be married, because if everybody got married, married people wouldn't have nobody they would want to be. They would want to.
I knew that was coming. Here it goes. But to answer your question, I'm not sure if it really was a question or more of a comment. I hear you, Dicaprio. I don't want you to, like John said, no one should ever be pressured to do this all over again. Because I know that marriage is not a cakewalk. It is not easy. It is not simple. And I'm talking, I've never been married. So I can't speak to you in that level. But what I can do is encourage you to know that it doesn't have to be off your child, it doesn't have to be off your books. It can come. But you're right. I think it will really take a very special woman who has really, really come to terms with accepting you for all of who you are, not just pieces. And I think that's the essence of it. So that's what I would give you on that.
And vice versa, because I'm gonna have to accept her for all she is. So
I mean, first of all,
I agree.
So, I mean, I think this has been a great show. This has been a great show. And
that was part one. Part two is coming right now.
Part two on another podcast. Yeah.
Is he kicking us off? Did he just
kick us off? I don't know where you're going, but you're getting the hell off here.
The full house coming in like, oh.
That's messed up.
So I don't know, but for all you single people out there, what I encourage you all to do is live your best life. Travel. Do whatever you want to do in your life. Don't be waiting around for no relationship, and don't put all of these trying to live and measure up to other people's expectations of who you're supposed to be at the age you are. Live your life according to how you want to live your life. It's your life. So, so Dicaprio, you have any final words for us? Okay, so Krystal,
I don't first.
No, I don't have any. I mean, I think a lot of what we talked about was good stuff. The only thing I'll say is that, in my opinion, man, don't base your relationship off of nobody else's. That would be my advice to people coming up now. Don't if you and your person is struggling, and they're in school or you in school, man, y'all grind that out together. Yeah. Don't look at these other people that's whatever, taking trips and going to Florida and on yachts and all that stuff. Like, if this is your person, build with your person, and I promise you, all of that extra stuff will come: the houses, the cars, if you in love with that person. I just tend to, I like being around people that love me and I love them. That's just my energy. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to ever be around somebody that, I think is jealous of me, or I don't feel a good vibe. Like, these are just all the things that I do. So I typically, everybody that I'm around, I'm always having fun, always enjoying myself. But to John's point, definitely get out and see the world. It's small. Texas is small. Georgia is small. California, New York, all of these are small. Like, get out and see the world. And I'm not talking about, girls trip and everybody drinking, or guys trip. No, like, literally get out and actually see the world. There's a big world out there, different cultures and different food. Like, I tell my kids right now, don't even fall in love until you're 30. Don't even fall in love, because you're going to waste a lot of time on somebody. And, like I said, to this point, get out and see the world, man. There's a whole lot of stuff out there for you to learn and get into. And that would be my advice. Find somebody that's yours and have fun.
Yeah. I'll kind of echo that a little bit. After losing a very dear friend 3 years ago, we were the same age. That changed my whole world, which is the reason what caused my breakup. I said, life is too short for me to be worrying about this person, right? So I did exactly what you both have said. I started living. And that's been the best decision I've ever done in my entire life, where Krystal finally started doing what Krystal really wanted to do. I moved to a different state. I've met other people. I finally am starting to explore what this life has to offer. If someone wants to join along with me and we get a partnership from there and marriage happens, great. But even if it doesn't, I want to say that I've been able to accomplish some goals, that I've been able to impact and change someone's life, because to me, that's important. So I would say, all you single folks, find your passion. What is that? What is your true purpose? And go get it. And if someone wants to be a part of that with you, great. If not, go fulfill it. And that's my biggest thing. That's what I'll give. Yeah.
I heard Bishop Noel Jones once say, "You got to catch me living," and that is my advice. You're gonna have to blend into whatever I got going on. And if you can't get on a train, you got to get on another train. You got to catch me living, man. That's just where I'm at.
Go live. Go live while you can, because life literally is but a vapor. It is short. And I also say, spend time with your family. Please talk to your parents. If you have siblings, love on them. I mean, because when it's done, it's done. There's no going back. No relationship can make you feel any better after that's happened. So just remember that. That's a big part of why I'm on the East Coast again.
So guys, we are way past our time, and I was supposed to give away a shirt tonight. This shirt, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll be over there to get it, man. Just have my shirt.
I got you, D. I got you, man. It's in the mail, man. It's in the mail. So the question to get this shirt: what are the 4 ways you can watch the podcast? Yeah.
Ooh, who is listening?
4 ways you can watch the podcast. It's real simple. You're gonna have to answer it all at one time. You can't put one answer in there. We only accepting one answer.
Come on, y'all.
So what are the 4 ways you can watch the podcast?
That's too easy right there.
Come on, it's 4.
You should have said, what was the first topic we talked about?
Well, we've gone everywhere today, Dicaprio.
A little bit.
Yeah. And I didn't pop my balloon. Look at that.
I didn't pop my balloon either, because I know you're gonna pray. I know you're gonna pray for me tonight. I can feel
already done.
You're gonna pray for me tonight. I already know.
Karen, we got you.
See one.
You got you. We got you. Karen, find me on Instagram. The Dope Ass Dude podcast. Send me a DM with the size of the shirt you need and your address, and we'll get this shirt mailed to you this weekend or next Monday. So yeah, go ahead and do that. That is it. You can watch the podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram every Monday night at 7 p.m. So listen up, guys. Next week we are talking Greenleaf. Greenleaf is the sitcom that we're going to be dealing with. We got a pastor, actually the pastor of the church I'm at right now, and another minister that's going to be on here. And we're going to be answering the tough questions. Is church ready to handle what is coming this way? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. And is the church equipped and ready to handle it? So we're going to be tackling that next week. And then the following week, we're going to be talking what's happening. We have 3 moms on here, because the mom on that show, she was raising a Black man, Roger. She was raising a Black man. So we got 3 women that's going to be on the podcast that are raising Black men of our future. So they're going to be on. And one of the moms is white. raising a black boy. So we're going to be on here talking about that in 2 weeks. Next week is Greenleaf, following what's happening. Dicaprio, Krystal, thank y'all for coming on here. I am grateful for you guys. This has been amazing. Everybody, before you leave, please click on like so this video, this podcast can get shared. And until next Monday, peace.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Later.
Y'all, this was good.